Good morning. It is the 4th of December, so day 4 of Vlogmas. And I'm sorry if this is a bit wobbly. I'm just holding the camera because I'm just doing a very quick recording before I set off to pick up the lovely Sam. That's So Let's Sparkle with Sam. And we have got a couple of exciting things that we're doing today. So we will share one, maybe two of those things with you later on, but I'm just going to stop recording and turn the camera around and I'll show you what I've been doing before I go and pick her up. So there we go. I've been doing some cutting out this morning. I'm going to be making the Estelle dress with this beautiful sparkly midnight blue sequin fabric that I bought from Fabric Obsession. You can see there are lots of bits of sequin all over my cutting mat, so trying to keep it all as contained as I can. I've already cut out a couple of pieces there, and I've just cut out the neckbands from, or actually I haven't cut out that one side, so that is being cut on the selvage, so it's soft and doesn't have the sequins on it. So I'll leave the rest of it out and I shall cut out the rest of the dress when I come back later. And you might be able to spot at the other end of the counter there, I've got the lovely Tamlin that I'm listening to on her, I think she might be on day 3. I'm not sure which day it is now. I've lost track of everybody's days because some people are doing them early in the morning and some are later on, but I've been watching all of Tamlin's and they are lovely as always. So I hope you feel better seeing Tamlin, and I will catch up with you all a bit later on. Bye for now. So Sam and I are at the Christmas Tree Festival in Leamington Spa. There are 60 trees in all in the church, which is a beautiful church in itself. So I have speeded up the recording a little bit, but this is as fast as I can get it on my video editing software. I just use iMovie, just because it's easy to do on my iPad. So there are some beautiful trees. Each one is individually decorated, either by a business or by a charity. So you'll also see at the end, I'll pop in a picture of Sam and I in front of the Carolyn Rose tree. Oh, you might just spot I'm going a bit fast sometimes and Sam's in front of me and you get Sam's hand recording in front of me. So yeah, there's a picture of us in front of the Carolyn Rose tree. Sam used to work there and I currently deliver some sewing teaching for Carolyn on a Thursday evening. So you'll see that later in the vlog actually, because it's Thursday as I recorded this yesterday. And so you'll see some footage from the Carolyn Rose Sewing School as well. Oh, there's Sam, I just spotted her as we were going around the corner. There's the Carolyn Rose tree just coming up. It's beautiful, isn't it? With all sorts of sewing goodies on it. And they've made it so it looks like the shop front as well, which is also beautiful. They've created it to look like a sweet shop this year, so absolutely gorgeous. And we're just about to move up to the altar actually, which is beautiful up there with a few more trees. So I will leave you to watch and I will add some music over the rest of the Christmas Tree Festival. Sam and I didn't confer on what we were going to wear and we both turned up in the same sweatshirt. So this is the sweater weather pullover from my Handmade Wardrobe. We both belong to the Weekend Sewing Club and there we are in our matching sweatshirts. Just back from going out with Sam and taking Dottie and Lola for a walk. In fact, I think it's Lola taking me for a walk. She always likes to be in the lead. Hello, so I've just come into Leamington Spa for the second time today. So by now in my vlog you will have seen that I was in Leamington earlier on for the Christmas Tree Festival and to meet up with the lovely Sam. So let's sparkle with Sam. We had a fabulous time together, so you will have seen that content as well. So I've just arrived at Carolyn Rose Sewing School, and I'm teaching at the moment a beginner's class on a Thursday evening, so looking forward to the students arriving. So I'm just going to pause this vlog and I'm going to turn my camera around and show you a little bit of what is in the shop. So there are some really lovely kits that Carolyn has in for Christmas, lots of little felt work kits and advent calendar kits as well. Really nice things, lots of sewing boxes and bits and pieces for the sewists in your life, or for you if you want to treat yourself. And of course they also stock sewing machines in here as well, so they are a stockist for Janome, so lots of sewing machines there. And then over here in the lovely window there is all of the cottons, more sewing machines and overlockers, patterns, and all the haberdashery. We've got a wall full of zips and embroidery cotton, and then over here is where all the lovely fabric starts. So there's lots of lovely merchant and mills fabric there on the left hand side, lots of lovely cottons and oilcloths, and then over here there's sort of crafting cottons. And then I'll just stand back so you can see the whole thing, because it goes all the way up to the top with cushions as well there. And then we've got jerseys there, and then we've got velvets and more jerseys and stretch fabrics. And then over here there is some thicker sort of canvas and denim. Step ladders there to reach up to the top, loads of lovely fabrics there, beautiful colours. And then this is more coating weight fabric, so some boucle and wool, and then some really snuggly soft fabric, again stretch. And then at the top there's some tulle and I'm not quite sure what that is on the very top, but yeah, lots of maybe organza and very thin fabric mesh, that's the word I was looking for. And then here there's lots of lovely Christmas fabric, so if you've got Christmas projects then you can buy online at Carolyn Rose as well. It's not just in store, but if you are visiting Leamington Spa then do come and pay them a visit. And then there's all the webbing and the buttons and lots of gorgeous ribbons, and yeah, more ribbons there, and lots of trims as well for cushions and things like that. So there we are. So I hope you've enjoyed the look around the Carolyn Rose School of Sewing. I've just got home from teaching at Carolyn Rose. We had a wonderful evening and the students got on really well, and this is my welcome as I get home. I think the dogs must have missed me. So this is the end of my day 4. I'm going to sit and have a cup of peppermint tea with Nige and put my feet up before being off to bed. It's been a long day, so that's my day 4, and I look forward to showing you day 5. Good morning, it's day 5 of Vlogmas, and that means it's Friday, so happy Friday. I'm up a little bit earlier than I was hoping for today. My husband doesn't go into the office today. He works 4 days and then he has a day where he does his own sort of private client work. So he definitely needs a lie-in because he's been having some very late nights recently. He was up in Manchester at an awards ceremony, and yeah, he's just been all over the place, so very tired. So I was hoping for a lie-in as well, but after our daughter went off to work, which is about 7:30, she starts at 8, so she leaves at 7:30, the naughty little monkeys started howling, which they don't do very often because they're used to that. She does that every day. Usually Nigel's up and about there because he normally leaves the house at 7:30 to catch the train as well. So whether that's why they did it, I don't know. But I knew how tired he was. So as the kind wife, I left him sleeping and I came down and sorted the dogs out. And now, look. Butter wouldn't melt. Oops, I managed to knock the stop button while I was moving the camera. So there we go. There's little Dottie as butter wouldn't melt, sitting on my knee. Bless her. And then Lola is in their bed all by herself over here. So I thought I would sit and just come around for the day. I've got my lovely cup of coffee in my beautiful mug that clearly my daughter bought me for Christmas last year, my sewing mug. I absolutely love that, from Emma Bridgewater. And I'm just catching up on some of the other Vlogmas vlogs. I love watching the other vloggers to see what they're up to. I've just watched the fabulous Tamlin. I love the look of your Presley shirt, Tamlin. I think I might have to buy that pattern myself as well. That's definitely a bit of my style too, with the drawn in waist. So really like that style. I think Charlene's done a fabulous job on that pattern. So that will definitely be added to my makes for next year. I've got enough on my plate for this year, so I won't try and fit it in. And yeah, I've not been able to watch all of the vloggers that I normally would watch, but because there are so many Vlogmas videos. But the way I tend to do it is I squeeze them in while I'm peeling the veg, while I'm brushing my teeth, while I'm sewing. I just, oh, and putting my makeup on as well. That's another favourite time to watch vlogs. And if Nigel's watching something I don't want to watch, I'll put my AirPods in and watch a vlog as well while we're both sitting and relaxing in the evening. So that tends to be how I get through all of the vlogs. So I'm going to finish off my coffee. I've actually got my collagen in it as well, you know, just to try and stave off the aging process. You have to do what you can, don't you, as we're getting older. And I'm going to do a bit more sewing today, so I will show you a little bit of what I sewed yesterday afternoon. So I'll catch up with you later when I'm looking a bit more presentable. Hello, right, I'm caffeinated, I'm dressed. I even did my nails. You might have spotted them earlier. I decided to get them done, well, I did them myself yesterday. It's this sort of brightish pink colour. I was going to do them in red, but actually it goes better with what I'm wearing today. But I realised that my red had run out, so there we go, they're nice and pink. So I've just had some post arrive, so I thought I would share that with you this morning. And I'm also going to share with you the progress that I've made on my sequin dress, which is the Estelle dress from Sew Over It. So you saw me earlier in the vlog, which was yesterday in reality, cutting out the dress, and I did a little bit of sewing on that yesterday afternoon. So I thought I would show you the progress that I've made. The reason I'm wearing a nice dress today is I'm going off to meet a friend for lunch at 1 o'clock. So it's 11:20 at the moment, so I'm going to do this quick recording and then jump in the car and head back to Leamington Spa. I do spend a lot of my time over there. It's quite close, it's only 20 minutes away, so I tend to go there more than Stratford for shopping because there are more shops there. Stratford tends to be, there are a few nice shops there, as in high street shops, but there are lots of present type shops, gift shops and that sort of thing as well, whereas Leamington has got a few more of the kind of high street type shops. So this morning I have received the ribbing from First for Fabrics that goes with the gorgeous leopard print in mulberry. So this is the sweatshirt that I'm going to be making for my mum for Christmas, and it's the sweatshirt that you saw me wearing yesterday, the red one that Sam and I both had on, the same. So I'm going to make her that for Christmas. So that has come today. I also had a delivery from Flamingo Printing. So I have got the latest My Handmade Wardrobe for the Weekend Sewing Club, and this is called Tap to Party Top, and it is a cowl neck top that I'm going to make in a stretch velvet. So that will be next after I finish off my sparkly sequin dress. I've got the Needlehead Oxbow bag printed out because I'm going to be making that in the quilted fabric I showed you a little while ago. And what's this one? Oh, the So Different colour block dress as well. That was part of my autumn plans, so or autumn winter plans. So I thought, I hadn't got the pattern for that one, so I thought I'll get it printed ready because I might get a chance to sew that possibly over Christmas or maybe early in the new year. I'll see how the rest of my my plans go. Other things keep sneaking in that weren't on my original plans list, so it depends on how I get on with that. And then the other thing I just wanted to show you, I'll probably sprinkle sequins everywhere when I do this. Let's have a look. So yeah, I actually managed to, I sewed quite a bit yesterday actually. I sewed the top, because these are two separate pieces. I sewed to the top to the bottom, or to the skirt, and it's got this strange sort of, it looks like an elephant's trunk at the moment. It's got this strange way of putting the wrap belt in. It's sort of built into the body of the dress, so you get a very odd looking pattern piece, but it all comes together really nicely. So I've stitched it together on the shoulder seams. I've sewn the top, the back bodice to the back skirt as well. And so something Sam and I were chatting about yesterday, because she's making something in this fabric as well. We both bought it when we went to Adele's sewing social last month. So we were talking about what to do in terms of finishing off the seams, because you could line this, but actually the inside of the fabric is finished off really nicely. It doesn't feel scratchy at all. So I'm going to try making it without lining it, and I'll probably just wear a slip underneath. But what that gives you the problem of is what to do when you get to the seams. So you can't overlock them because the overlocker wouldn't work well with the sequins. It might, blunt the blade. I don't want to be picking off all the sequins. I think that would be a pain to do. So what I'm going to try doing is actually binding those seams. So there is there's quite a big selvage on this fabric, so, and that doesn't have sequins on it, it's just the stretch velvet. So I'm going to cut that off and use that in some of the places. I'm going to be using that for the neckline, for example, because that will be really nice on the inside of the neckline. It gets folded to the inside, so you won't have a piece at the top with no sequins on. That will only be on the inside. But on places like this, where it's just binding the seams to stop the sequins being next to your skin, I've got two options. I've ordered some fold over elastic, and I've also ordered some stretch jersey binding, because I don't think I'll have enough of the selvage. So Sam and I were talking about that yesterday, and she'd got some stretch binding as well, so she was going to be giving that a try. So when that arrives, I've got them arriving, I think one's arriving today, one arriving tomorrow, so it depends how much time I get to sew, because we're actually going away over the weekend. We're going up north to meet some of our friends. They're friends we met when we were in the TVR car club. We used to have a TVR, well, we've had a few different TVRs. I think I mentioned before, my husband is a car nutter and I'm not far behind him. We both love driving, and we love driving sports cars, and we love to go on a driving holiday, because you just get to be relaxed and driving and looking at the scenery, and there's not much, while you're driving you can't be looking at your phone and distracted by what else is going on in the world. So it's a really relaxing holiday, and we take the journeys quite steadily, and we stop for lots of coffees, or if we're in somewhere like France, we'll stop for glasses of wine and cheese. Not for the driver, obviously, for the passenger, which is usually me, so I get to benefit from that. And yeah, we just love doing those kind of holidays. So we're meeting up with our friends who live up in Lancashire. So we're meeting them in Cheshire, which is about halfway, and we're just doing an overnight on Saturday night. So unfortunately, I won't be at Adele's social tomorrow. I shall miss it this time, because that falls tomorrow. So we're going to be heading up there at lunchtime tomorrow meeting our friends, and it's a beautiful little place. It's just got one main street through the little town that we're going to, and we're going to be having a bit of a mooch, having a look in the shops. They've got lots of lovely gift shops, so I'll take you along and do some filming whilst I'm there. And we're staying in a beautiful hotel that we stayed in last year as well. So, and we're having a nice dinner. So yeah, should be lovely. And we're doing our planning for our driving trip for next year. So I'll let you know next week, or maybe over the weekend, what we decide on. If we decide, we might still have some thinking to do, but we'll sort of throw all of the ideas into the mix and see if we can decide where we're going. So that will be a very exciting weekend. So so I may get a little bit more sewing of this done this afternoon. It depends when the elastic or the binding arrives. I'll certainly be able to do the neckline because I've already got that cut out, and that's next on the list. So it's now 4 o'clock and I've just got back from a very long lunch with my lovely friend. As you can see, it's going dark, it's raining, and we were just talking about what we're going to do about supper this evening, and we're going off for what we call a hot date to Waitrose to go and get something nice to eat for this evening, and we're going to have a coffee while we're out as well. So Nigel's driving, there you go, he's just looking. There we are. So I don't think I'm going to get any more sewing done today. I haven't
elbow patches.
Oh, I need to sew on some elbow patches for Nige. He's worn out his elbows on a cardigan. It's a really lovely Paul Smith cardigan. So I sent for some prim elbow patches. So he's going to have to look very wise and have a pipe and stroke his beard to make him look, you know, like a geography professor when he has those.
I can do that.
I thought you might. So that's this evening's job while we're watching TV. So yeah, so I'm not going to do any more sewing because my jersey binding hasn't arrived yet. I think that's due tomorrow. So I'm going to wait until I'm back from my weekend away to do any more sewing. So have a brilliant evening. I will get this edited when I get home and get it uploaded, and then I will do some recording for you over the weekend whilst we're away as well. So have a brilliant weekend and catch up with you soon. Bye for now.